Hello, it's Camille here and welcome to another deal track how-to video, the quickest way to improve your deal track experience one click at a time. In this video, we'll aim to broaden your understanding of the Autosend Rules function, as well as go through an easy step-by-step guide that will help you set up your own rules. In case you haven't come across this function before, not to worry, you essentially need to know that to allow you to set specific criteria that the proposal must follow before allowing you to send the deal to your first lender of your choosing. However, if that deal is then denied by that first lender, it'll then allow you to send it across to the next one, but how this is set up is totally up to you. So let's begin by going over to our Autosend Rules. In order to access the Autosend Rules, you'll first need to be an administrator user on the system so that you can access the control panel here. Then from the control panel, all you'll need to do is go over to the left and select Autosend Rules. We already have an Autosend rule set up for this purpose, and we're going to use a driving license type rule here. To get into it, just click Edit. So as you can see, we actually have the rule name set up here, and if later down the line you no longer actually need the rule, you can just select Disabled here, click Save in the bottom corner, and after that, that rule will no longer be applicable. But in our case, we want to use it. So as you can see here, these are the conditions. Our first condition is the driving license type, and this symbol here is equal to, and it's provisional. So if we are setting up a condition, we'll hit it like so. From here, we'll select our chosen condition. Again, there's many different types, which is why I referred to earlier. If you have got specific criteria you need your particular deal to adhere to for certain lenders, then you do have multiple to choose from. So we'll go with the one we've currently got in place, which is the driving license type. And then we want to set it to equal to, and then to provisional. So essentially, what this rule is currently saying at the moment is that the driving license type must be equal to provisional in order for it to follow our chosen rule. So we can just delete that one here, just so that you're aware yourself. These particular symbols will change depending on the rule you are setting up, but in this case we've got equals to and not equal to. So from here, once you've set up your condition, you'll just need to then choose an action. Your actions are basically the first chosen lenders that will appear in your string once you've actually set up your rule on the deal. So in this case, we first have the training broker, which is our first lender, as you can see from option 1. From here, again, everything else will be pre-populated in terms of the user choice, the term, but these can be amended if you choose to, as well as the rate and the rate type. But in this case, we had it set as wait for decision. So if the deal is then sent to the lender, we need to wait for a decision to come back to them before obviously you can then send it on to the next one, which will be our training lender 2. However, you can always add another action by doing so, and here you'll have the third option, and you can select a different lender, and like I said, the rest will be automatically populated for you. If however you choose to skip the validation, that will basically allow it to go on to the next lender if a response does not come back, or if it is again failed or declined from the lender, so you can immediately go on to the next one in your string. However, if you are just wanting to get a bit of an idea in terms of when the actual action was made and when it was last updated, you do have a little tool here in which you can just read to get your update. So from there, once everything is set up, you can just click Save in the bottom right hand corner here. So now that our rule is in place, we're just going to test it with one of our deals by heading over to All Deals. Let's choose a deal. We can try our test case at the bottom here. So as you can see, we already have our driving license type set to provisional, like so. I'm just going to save that here. So from there, we're just going to click Next to go over to our optimizer screen so that we can then send the deal on. So as you can see here, we can only see one lender in the optimizer string because that's simply because our rule is allowing us to only send it to the first one we've chosen to, as the customer has only a provisional license. You'll see here that the next lender after the one above will be the training lender 1, as in accordance to our string of how we set it up. So if however you do choose to amend the actual proposal and actually realize that the customer's driving license type was actually a fully UK driving license type, and you saved it, head over to Next. So now that the actual criteria falls outside of the rule, you'll see that all the lenders available to you in your panel are there able to send to straight away, and that's simply because the rule no longer applies. So If you have any questions in regards to Autosend Rules, please feel free to get in touch with ourselves, as we're more than happy to walk you through it. It's not the easiest one, but it may just be easier if you have a little bit of a play with some of your other rules that you may need to set up. But again, anything you need help with, just let us know. Okay, that's me. Have a good day. Bye bye for now.